June 2023, question paper 1. Rodrigo provided the following balances at 30th April 2023. Prepare the trial balance entering any difference in an appropriate account. 9 marks allocated for this question. Firstly, let's identify the debit items in yellow and credit items in green. Bank loan is a liability, credit. Carriage in words is kind of an expense, therefore debit. Cash is an asset, therefore debit. Drawings is drawings, therefore debit. Equipment is an asset, therefore debit. Equipment provision for depreciation is credit because it's a provision. Equity usually has a credit balance. General expenses are expenses, therefore debit. Inventory is an asset, therefore debit. Purchases usually has a debit balance. Revenue has a credit balance. Trade payable ledger control account, it's liability, therefore credit balance. Trade receivables ledger control account, assets, therefore debit balance. Wages, expenses, therefore debit balance. Now, let's write the figures in the appropriate columns. Bank loan 18,450 credit. Bank loan 18,450 credit. Carried in words 183 debit. Cash debit 3,964. Drawings debit 19,730. Equipment debit 37,860. Equipment provision for depreciation credit 13,940. Equity credit 28,500. General expense debit 21,010. Inventory debit 23,940. Purchases debit 69,875. Revenue credit 136,210. Trade payables ledger control account credit 8,352. Trade receivables ledger control account debit 17,197. Wages debit 6,000. Now let's find the total of the debit side followed by the total of the credit side. Debit values 183 plus 3964 plus 19,730 plus 37,860 plus 21,010 plus 23,940 plus 69,875 plus 17,197 plus 6,000. Therefore, the debit total is 199,759. Now let's total the credit side. 18,450, 13,940, 28,500, 136,210, 8,352. Therefore, the total of the credit side is 205,452. As you can see, the credit side total is greater. Write that in the total because debit isn't equal to credit. So let's write that in the total. 205,452. Write the same total on the lesser number side. Now, from 205,452, take away the total of the debit side, which is 199,759. This should be written as suspense. Now the difference between these two figures. $205,452, take away $199,759 should give $5,693. State the type of error in each scenario. Cash drawings of 175 had not been recorded. So let's identify the type of error. So I've given you the errors that does not affect the trial balance. As you can see here, it is the first type of error where they fail to enter it in accounts, therefore error of omission. Whereas the second transaction, wages of 180 had been recorded in the cash book as 80, so it's understated. So how are we going to record this and identify the error? It's error of original entry because the amount is wrong, correct class, correct site, correct account. Therefore, it's error of original entry. Explain the effect of owner's equity on the following. Before that, let's have an understanding of this table. Expenses, if it is overstated, it will reduce the equity. Expenses, if it is understated, it would increase the equity. Whereas income overstated would increase the equity. Income understated would reduce the equity. Drawings overstated would decrease the equity, whereas drawings understated would increase the equity. Having this table in mind, you can complete the next two questions. Explain the effect on owner's equity not recording cash drawings 175. So if you are not recording cash drawings, that means equity will be overstated as cash drawings are understated. So drawings, in order to include it, it'll reduce the equity. Whereas recording wages at 80 instead of 180, equity would be overstated as expenses reduce equity. You failed to enter the expense. Now we are done with all the questions in this past paper.